Now, a title that you don't come across very often on LinkedIn is Optimization Queen. But our next guest has claimed it, and boy, does she live up to it. Genevieve Searle is a holistic wellness mentor, teaching her clients and anyone that is lucky enough to come into her orbit how to find and follow their soul mission. Sign me up. Please welcome to the Girlfriend Hour Lounge, Genevieve Searle. Gosh, doesn't she look amazing? Go, girlfriend. Look at the pose. I love it. You look divine.
Dress up's my favourite thing ever.
Oh, tell us about your recent level up. I think that's the first thing we need to dive into because it's so recent.
It's so recent. It's literally, I sent a message to Shar, I'm not that woman anymore. Major transformation, yeah. So I went from being a wellness reclamation mentor and rebranded pretty much, still the optimization queen, but went to wellness, life and transformation mentor.
And how did that come about?
And specifically for women who are here for more. So women who have something to bring to the world, women who are like, there's something itching, burning in me that I need to do. But to do that, we need to go from where we were to where we need to be. And in that process, we have to level up at all levels. So yeah, for me, the last 6 months has been probably one of the most transformative experiences of my life. And when we were I was writing Illuminate, and it was coming down to the wire, and I'm thinking, I'm so not illuminated. And I'm trying to write this chapter on being illuminated, and I was like, I've got nothing. So I'm like, really not. But in the process of actually speaking to you and your beautiful team, and yeah, it just caused me to go within and recognize how much I've been able to show up and step up into some of the most challenging experiences of my life. Yeah.
Gosh, I think we all need a level up sometimes, don't you? Yeah, absolutely. In our recent Feminescence magazine, you shared your diagnosis and what the diagnosis expressed about your subconscious fear of being in your fullest expression. I'm so fascinated by the mind-body connection. Can you just talk us through how this manifested, how this inspired your interest in holistic wellness?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was diagnosed with something called spondylolisthesis and scoliosis. So it's a bit of a roller coaster in my spine. And that it was just a thing, like it wasn't, but it wasn't super debilitating. It wasn't, wheelchair binding, but it definitely meant that I had some issues, particularly with things like circulation and feeling the full energetic flow. I've done a lot of work with ancestry, and I do a lot of that with my work. It's working with our ancestral lineage as well as our own genetic wiring. And what I feel for me was that was actually a subconscious choice that my younger self made to compress my full feminine force in order to keep me safe. Because let's face it, I don't know if the world has really been ready for the optimization queen before now.
I don't think it has been.
So yeah, there's that piece where we go, I feel like women do this a lot in particular. I think we all do it. I think as a culture we keep ourselves suppressed a lot, and women especially. And so to be big and bright and shiny is not okay. We've been burnt for that. So, and we hold those memories in our cellular DNA. We carry those stories actually as little tags imprinted onto our DNA.
It's fascinating, isn't it, that it's within us all. Every time something happens, it's a tag.
Yeah.
And it stays there until we work with you, really.
Yeah, there are ways. there are ways. Yeah.
So your early life was certainly peppered with its fair share of trauma, but you very consciously made the decision to explore the path of wellness and invented in many different approaches to reaching the best version of yourself through your self-work. What's been the most pivotal learning so far?
Definitely the two pieces of epigenetics, which is essentially how we're in constant relationship to the world around us. So everything in our world, the lighting, the food we eat, thoughts we think, the movement we do, the hours we keep, the relationships we have, every single part of our lives is having a dynamic, we're in dynamic relationship with that, and we're constantly evolving and changing and adapting, and our bodies are constantly preparing for what it's assuming will come. And yeah, so this is happening at a DNA level. So learning that piece, and then also learning that those stories and those experiences of our ancestors can be passed down through epigenetic imprinting. So learning then about the ancestral pieces and the stories of the people who, you know, the shoulders of the giants that I stand on, that we all stand on, our whole lineage is written into our bones. It's written on the pages of our body. And also learning that while this is the foundation through which we come into the world, it's not we're not necessarily predestined for anything. We always have choice, and there are pathways for growth and evolution. But in order to grow and evolve, in order to go from this person to this person, we first have to understand where we began, like how we're wired, where we've come from, the experiences we've had, the environment we've grown up in. We know that. Then, and we work with that, then we can expand ourselves into growth and step forward into the newer version that we want to be.
Oh my gosh. I seriously want to be signed up at that. How cool is that? That's just amazing. And I was saying on the way here today that I feel like I'm nearly X amount of age, and I feel like I was born for now. I was born for this time. I was born for this moment, this connection, this show. And I think that you mentioned that, you know, we go through all these changes and evolutions, and there's pieces of us that it's like that puzzle, right? And we're always evolving and learning and growing, and then we're never done until we're done, until we're, you know, 6 foot under in the dirt, and then that final piece of the puzzle gets put on. So people like you allow all of us to find those pieces, remove those limitations and limiting beliefs and imposter syndrome, which we've talked about before on the show. Running your own business, what's been your biggest challenge and greatest achievement to date? Oh, so many, right?
The biggest challenge has been realising that I'm not wired like anyone else, and proven strategies don't work for me. They just don't work.
Yeah, I remember someone saying to me once, Shar, you really need a business plan. I need a what now? My business ideas come at 3 a.m. There's no person to write my business plan at that time of day.
Totally. Yes. I was voice messaging at midnight last night. Don't tell my epigenetic mentor. It's like so not okay. But it was so many failures and so many frustrations, and also the idea that it has to look like this, and then tapping into, you know, my 6-month transformation. I've actually felt like I've been belted by the feminine with this giant selenite rod, and she's just like getting me out of my masculine and into feminine flow, and surrendering into that, and letting go of the belief, the idea that it has to look a certain way, because it doesn't. It doesn't.
No.
So that's been definitely the biggest challenge. The biggest accomplishment is like, hello. This is a bit fun.
It is.
And meeting you, so I was in the second magazine. I was in the second magazine, and then that led into
Lots of things.
So many things, including a TEDx talk that I released at the end of last year called How to Thrive in an Era of Uncertainty.
Need to watch it. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. Well done.
Again, all prior planning was thrown out the window when I got this full, you need to speak of this. Okay? Guess we'll just speak of that then.
And Genevieve, in one sentence as we wrap up, how would you describe what your girlfriends mean to you?
I've sat with a girlfriend this morning, and I know there's a girlfriend in the audience here. She is. And all of my beautiful sister queens, I'm surrounded by queens. And all of those women meet me with love, leaning into the depths of our souls with love and a belief in our own magnificence. We see each other in their shining and we hold them to a high standard.
Oh, does everyone want girlfriends like that? That's gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Are you loving the Girlfriend Hour so far? We hope you've been inspired by the wonderful women you've seen sharing their stories. Do you have an inspiring story of your own to share? We're looking for magic just like yours. Be featured in Feminescence magazine and start your own exciting media journey. Join many other fabulous women who've been profiled in Feminescence magazine. Unlock access to an international audience, propel your career and expand your network. Make today the day you back yourself. What are you waiting for? Visit feminescence.com.au to find out more.